Hello, everybody. Dan here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Today, we're going to be talking about the newcomers to this season of 90 Day Fiancé, and that's Sam from USA and his girlfriend from Indonesia, Citra, or Citra, which I've learned is the correct way to pronounce her name. And that's weird because Sam and his family still call her Citra, and so you're going to hear Citra on the show. I'm not sure if they're ever going to correct it or not, and I'm not sure how, Citra herself feels about it. So I'm not even sure if I should use the correct pronunciation because it might just confuse people. But regardless of that, today's video is going to be about what's going to happen with these two on this coming episode, and they're going to have a pretty difficult conversation. Well, Sam is going to have a pretty difficult conversation with his family about, his Indonesian girlfriend, Citra, coming to the USA, and also him converting to Islam, which, we've learned is basically a part of the agreement of them marrying. And so, he kind of has to convert in order to marry. And I think that that's also an expectation of the dad. So first off, I was just looking at this just before I started this video, and that's
Citra Febrianti.
I was trying to see the correct pronunciation for the name because people have indeed commented on that in the comments of the last video that I put out. But this is the story today. So let's get through this and then we'll discuss about what is going on. We'll also look at some social media as well as some Reddit stuff on here as well. So Sam Wilson's family gets upset after discovering a shocking Citra revelation. 90 Day Fiancé Sam has not told his family about Citra's dad being a police officer, and they also don't know a big secret about his marriage to her. Now, 90 Day Fiancé star Sam Wilson shocks his family with an update about his upcoming marriage to Citra. Sam reveals that he will convert to Islam before marrying her, causing concern for his Christian family who struggles to accept his decision. Now, Sam's lack of knowledge about Islam and his assumption that Citra will teach him everything raises questions about his commitment and understanding of the religion. I'd say it also raises the question of him being forced into conversion, just for marriage, which is really what his mom brings up. If you guys watch the clip here, I can't play it for copyright reasons, but you guys should go and watch the clip. And his mom brings up the point that, one should not have to convert to marry somebody else if they're in love. And his mom has some real concerns about that. And she also goes on to talk about how, asking if they celebrate Christmas, which they don't. And then she seems kind of visibly upset about that. Meanwhile, what's more interesting to me is that Sam just doesn't look like he has any idea whatsoever about what he's getting himself into. He's agreed to this, apparently, but he even says that, maybe Muslims celebrate Yom Kippur, which is a Jewish holiday. And so he really doesn't know what's going on whatsoever. And so it really begs the question about how serious he is about truly converting. And obviously, it just feels like he's converting for her. And of course, we know that he's an atheist. And so going from being an atheist to being religious is a big, huge change. And I'm not sure that Sam is really ready for that. And of course, while he's discussing this, he's having barbecue, he's having burgers and some grilled sausages, and he's indulging into a beer, which he won't be able to after he converts unless he's going to not be following the rules. Now, let's go on with this article here. So 90 Day Fiancé star Sam Wilson shocked his family with a life-changing revelation about his upcoming marriage to Citra. Sam is a 30-year-old man starting on 90 Day Fiancé with his 26-year-old Indonesian partner, Citra. Now, Sam, who's from Missouri, used a dating app that helped him connect with her, and she is from West Java. Now, bored at work, Citra used the dating app to find friends and came across Sam with his baby face. She messaged Sam to ask him about his youthful appearance, and the two started chatting regularly. Now, 2 years later, Sam flew to Bogor, where he proposed to her. After 3 years of dating, Citra is coming to the U.S. on a K-1 visa to marry Sam, but as revealed by a 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 preview clip from E! News, she has a shocking condition. And, this is the clip where Sam reveals this condition of him converting to Islam to his parents, and they're kind of flabbergasted. His whole family is kind of shocked by this. That's his mom and she has some serious reservations. And he tells her that he is going to go to a mosque with Chitra's dad before the wedding to convert. So I guess he will be a full-fledged Muslim by the time that they do get married. Now, the 90 Day Fiancé Season 10, Episode 10 shows Sam with his family members as his brother hosts a barbecue for his parents. Sam complains that his family didn't think his relationship with Citra was real. When Sam's mom, Didi, asks him if Citra is excited about coming to America, Sam tells him that Chitra's dad is a police officer whose leave request was approved, so he will be joining her in a few days, along with her 2 sisters. Now, Sam's family is not aware that, her dad is a cop. When her dad gets here, me and him will be going to a mosque for me to convert, he told his family. And then they go, "What are you talking about?" Sam, confused dad, asks. Meanwhile, Sam's mother wants to know what Sam feels like about converting to her religion just because he wants to marry her. "Well, it's not like she's forcing me," he replies. Didi is a religious Christian woman who tells the cameras that it's hard for her to accept the fact that Sam is going to convert to Islam. "My fate and our fate is, we love everybody and pretty much raised in a Christian home." Sam's mother thinks that one shouldn't have to marry someone else's religion just to marry that person. And, if you guys ask me, I agree with that. I think that's a very sensible sentiment. And I think if, 2 people love each other, I don't think either one has to force the other person to convert. I personally don't really think it's fair. And I think it's going to create a lot of tension and animosity, especially if the other person is not really willing to convert on their own and is not doing it for the right reasons. Because once you start having problems in the relationship, then all of this is going to come to the surface, and then there's going to be a lot of blame, and it's going to turn nasty once the problems start. When it's going fine, I think it's fine, but once the problems start, I just don't see how that's going to work out. Now, Didi, who is unaware of Islamic tradition, asks Sam if Citra and her family celebrate Christmas. "Come on, Sam, now," she prods her son, who replies, "No, I don't think they do," after a long pause. Sam is not sure, but he thinks there is another holiday. He adds, "I want to say Yom Kippur, but I'm just making that up." Seeing how little knowledge Sam has about the religion he's converting to, his brother advises him to start learning about it. However, Sam claims he's wanting for Citra to get there and continues, "So sorry, I've been busy." Now, during his 90 Day Fiancé introduction, Sam said that he is an atheist and that his dad heavily believes in aliens and is waiting for them to pick him up. Sam may have blindly agreed to convert to Islam just because he could get married to Citra without any complications. However, it's wrong for him to assume that she will teach him everything there is to know without having done at least some basic research about the faith. Sam is complaining that he's not allowed to have sex with her before they marry. If he had tried to learn about the religion, he might have figured out why it's considered sinful. So that's the article right here. And, a lot of people are kind of starting to criticize Sam. And, I find that this is a complex angle. And, of course, we've seen similar angles in the past. I personally don't really enjoy talking about these angles because I feel like it creates a lot of division. And, people feel very strongly about the stuff. We've seen Nicole with Mahmoud from Egypt. And of course, she converted as well in Egypt. But then she liked to wear, nice, shiny, fancy clothes because she's from LA. And she kind of wanted to look a little bit like, Marilyn Monroe wannabe or whatever. And she didn't want to change her ways. But she converted, and it didn't really appear that she truly converted and accepted all of the customs. She just converted, at least that's what it appeared to me and many others, because she wanted to be with Mahmoud. And of course, we've also seen Eve and Muhammad, who's also from Egypt. And, he also expected her to convert, and she really didn't. I think you guys remember that he brought her to a mosque. And even the lady there was trying to, get her to accept the religion. And she really was not into it. And that was basically when that marriage fell apart. Like these two, Eve and Muhammad, are not together whatsoever. And in my opinion, and I think everybody agrees with this, Muhammad committed marriage fraud. And basically he kind of misled Eve. And he really only changed his tune about all his expectations once his mom kind of talked sense into him. So I think that we could have a similar situation here. This looks like a potentially volatile situation for Sam. and for his family and for everybody that's involved here. And we can see that people are criticizing him. So on Reddit, people are saying he can't even say her name right. Sam calls his fiancée Citra when her name should really sound like Citra, which is how she pronounced it when she introduced herself. He clearly doesn't know how the letter works in Indonesian. It's not unusual for the American fiancé to not bother learning their language, but this is just, I don't know. I have a new appreciation now for the amount of effort Libby puts into pronouncing Andre's name. Also, Indonesian cop dad plus former drug addict fiance make quite an interesting combo. Indonesia has strict drug laws, and most people, especially law enforcement, have black and white views on drugs. Source: I'm an Indonesian and excited to see this couple. So you can see that he's kind of getting blasted there for not being able to pronounce her name properly. And, he's been to Indonesia, and I do think that he probably should pronounce the name properly. I mean, on the other side of the spectrum, we have Nikki and Igor, a.k.a. Justin. And, actually I guess it's kind of similar in a sense, because Nikki basically just calls Igor Justin because, whatever, screw his real name. He kind of looks like Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake. So he's Justin. And a lot of people find that kind of offensive and annoying, I feel. And so I do think that Sam should make a bigger effort to at least pronounce her name right, because he is marrying her and he is marrying into her culture. And so he should do that at the very least. Now, she posted this a couple of weeks ago. So let's take a look at what it says here. And I'm guessing that this was maybe even before their whole segment aired. So she said this: I wish there's a time machine. I want to go back to that time where I shouldn't take this opportunity that messed up every important moment in my life that I've been dreaming of this whole time. I regret it for the rest of my life because everything got ruined. I didn't have a chance to say goodbye to my friends when I wanted to leave. I barely had time to say goodbye to my grandparents. I didn't have a chance to go to my mom's grave before I left. My big family fell apart, and we used to be so close before. We could have done everything in Indonesia if we didn't get brainwashed and do everything by our own and cherish every moment and not get ruined and rushing, and I wouldn't be so depressed here. I cried a lot because I feel homesick, because I feel there is a lot of unfinished business that I have to get it done before I start my life in another country. But I'm lucky that I have an amazing second family here that care about me and love me, and lucky to have Sam because he is the best person in this earth. He handles me so well whenever I feel homesick, and sometimes I cry a lot, and he always got my back. If you guys have a time machine, let me know. I love to order one. LOL. So, a bit of a mixed message, I would say, post by Citra. So on one hand, she's praising Sam and his family for welcoming her. And on the other hand, she is just going on about what a rushed decision it is. And I'm not exactly sure what she's really getting at here. Like, why, we could have we got brainwashed. And I'm not exactly sure what she means by that. Like, who brainwashed her? Is she talking about Sam, or is she talking about TLC? I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I feel like this might be a dig at TLC for perhaps wanting to get this whole relationship going and moving in the right direction. And of course, there's something weird at play here that I can't quite get my finger on, and that's the fact that they've been introduced so late and they have so much story to tell, and yet their story is already been spoiled. You guys saw the last video we did about these two. These two were married. They got married in the US. Photos were leaked, and it doesn't really seem like TLC had a problem with that. And even here, the message of Citra herself on Instagram, we can see that she's talking about how, being in the US and all of that stuff. It seems like some of this stuff is in the realm of breaking the NDA, but in this case, just because of the timing of the whole segment and situation, I feel like TLC might be behind allowing them to leak some of the stuff out there. But regardless of that, I'm not exactly sure what she means by getting brainwashed. I don't know who did the brainwashing or exactly what she's referring to. Perhaps something to keep an eye on in the future, for these two. This is another comment about these two on Reddit. So a guy that sleeps in his car, he's a self-admitted atheist and whose dad believes in aliens instead of a god, is going to convert to Islam and follow it down to the T for the rest of his life or lose this woman. Okay, good luck with that, sir. And this person says the drug, atheist, alien worshipping dad, Muslim fiance, policeman father, 2 weeks time limit, conversion required. Really incredible. Another golden ticket by 90 Day to find such an assortment of calamities. Seems like Sam is a hard working double shifts. Citra is in for a shock, and will her father stay in the same house as Sam's father? Crazy TV. This person says it must implode quickly considering how late in the season they were introduced, but we kind of know that that's not the case because we already know that they get married. And so it appears that Sam does indeed convert. I guess I don't know if it's a true conversion or it's just for the wedding, for the marriage. I don't know, guys, but what do you guys make of this whole thing? You know, there's so much at play with these two, and I feel like there's a lot to go through just because they were introduced so late. So it kind of sucks in my opinion, because in the last video I did, you know, there were a few people that didn't even know who they were, just because, you know, not everyone is watching the show in real time. And so it takes time to get to know people. It takes time to, you know, really know what they're about and to build their storyline. And I just don't really understand why TLC decided to bring them on this late. But regardless of that, you guys let me know what you think about, you know, Citra's requirements of Sam to convert to her religion, you know, before marrying her. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. What do you think about this couple in general? Also, what do you make of Sam just being so aloof? At least that's how he comes off to me about everything. He even confused Yom Kippur with a potential Islamic holiday. He just doesn't seem like he cares or knows anything about it. You guys let me know what you make about this whole thing in the comment section down below. I think it's a potential mess waiting to happen, but maybe not. I don't know. You guys will let me know what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below for more content right here on the channel, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care.